Hi, I'm Mrs. K, Program Director for Crestwood GSRP and SAC and tuition programs located at Cherry Hill Baptist Church. I also teach four-year tuition preschool. This school year is ending in a way none of us could ever imagine. With that being said, it makes myself and my teaching staff sad we cannot give your child a big goodbye hug as we wish them a happy summer and an amazing kindergarten year. Since we cannot meet in person, myself and my teaching staff have put together videos to help you and your child transition successfully to kindergarten. Please enjoy these thoughtful videos put on by your amazing Crestwood GSRP teachers and myself. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Miss Victoria. I'm the lead teacher in Classroom A, and my co-teacher is Miss Hoda.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Huda. I'm a GSRP Associate Teacher in Crestwood Early Childhood, and I'm a teaching team with Miss Victoria in Room A.
Hi, I'm Miss Emily. I've been teaching preschool for a little over 10 years now. 5 of those years I've been in the GSRP classroom, and 3 of those years I've been working with Miss Rachel.
Hi there, I'm Miss Rachel and I'm an associate teacher in Room B. My teaching partner is Miss Emily and we've been working together for 3 years. I've been in the GSRP program for 5 and working in the Crestwood School District for 8 years total. I've got experience in the school age childcare program along with some time in the 3 and 4 year old tuition program.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Anna. I'm part of Room C's teaching team along with Miss Jennifer. I enjoyed working with all of you this year and I'm looking forward to supporting you through this kindergarten transition.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Jennifer and I work in Classroom C. I am a GSRP Associate Teacher and I co-teach with Miss Anna.
Hi, it's Mrs. K again. I'm going to talk about first day jitters. And the information I'm about to share with you is taken from the Michigan Department of Education Parent Guide number 18. First day jitters refer to feelings we experience when starting a new school. I'm going to talk about ways to ease those jitters. On school days, try to avoid the morning rush. Waking up with enough time to get ready makes your home more relaxed. Also, remember to allow enough time for a healthy breakfast. Breakfast is fuel for your child's body. A good way for your child to have energy throughout the day is to give him or her a healthy breakfast. This meal is important because your child's body needs the fuel to get going in the morning. Another strategy families have in place on school days is setting out clothes and supplies the night before. Let your child make choices about their school clothes. This can help him or her feel more confident and in control. It also increases their independent skills. It's so important that you are happy and excited about your child starting kindergarten. Your child will follow your lead. Sometimes I know it is hard to leave your child on that first day of school. Studies have shown that a loving but firm goodbye is the best way to go. Before I say goodbye to all of you, I do want to share some more important transition to kindergarten dates with you. So each of our elementary schools are holding a virtual kindergarten roundup. If your child will be attending Highview Elementary, their virtual roundup is May 28th at 2 p.m. If your child is attending Hillcrest Elementary, their virtual roundup is May 28th at 3 p.m. And then if your child's attending Kinloch, their virtual roundup is May 28th at 4 p.m. Please go to the homepage of the Crestwood School District website for more information. So I want to say goodbye to each of you. I hope you have a very happy summer. Stay stay safe and have a great time in kindergarten. Bye.
Hello, families. Today I'm going to speak to you about the different ways to transition to kindergarten. These simple tips come from the Harvard Medical School. Kids are pretty smart about these transitions and can sense the unpredictability of going to a new classroom. They often wonder about making new friends and getting used to a new teacher. Incorporating these simple tips may help make the transition smoother for you and your child. First, talk to your child in a positive way and try not to let your own anxiety about this change show too much. Next, if your child's kindergarten provides a daily schedule of activities ahead of time, go over it with them. I know with COVID-19 being around, this has made this process much more difficult. But if you can, take photos of their school outside or try to find some online. Also, look online to see if you can find a picture of their kindergarten teacher to share with them to help ease their feelings a bit. Next, set up a Zoom chat with some of the children you know are going to that same school. Role play as much as you can. Dramatic play is very important to help preschoolers accept change. Next, tell your child how you felt when you had to go to kindergarten and what made you feel better and how everything turned out to be just fine. Ask your child's siblings to tell him or her about the experience as well. With your child, write a story about his or her first day at kindergarten. This meaning your child is the main character, and do not forget to include feelings. Lastly, read to your child about starting kindergarten. Some of my favorite stories are The Night Before Kindergarten and Miss Bindergarten Gets Ready for Kindergarten. I want to thank you for listening to these simple tips and stay positive. Kindergarten is going to be a fun and exciting year for you and your child. Thank you.
Sending your child to school with self-help skills is probably one of the best things you can do. Sending your child off knowing that they can take care of their own needs throughout the day will help you be at ease, and also your child will be at ease knowing they can take care of themselves. Miss Rachel and I are going to talk about a few self-help skills that we've worked on in the classroom and also that are easy to work on at home. Self-help skills are all about your child being independent and taking care of themselves. The first self-help skill I'm going to talk about is using the bathroom. This starts with what your child wears to school. Make sure if they're wearing pants or shorts or whatever it may be, that it is something that your child can pull down and then pull back up easily, so they're not struggling when they need to use the bathroom. Another bathroom skill would be wiping yourself and then throwing that toilet paper into the toilet. This is something that we work on in our pre-K classrooms a lot. Next, make sure your child knows how to pull down on that lever to flush the toilet. I know it involves muscles for those little guys, but make sure they know how. And of course, when they're all done with that they know how to wash their hands in between their fingers, on the palms, and they get the backs, and then of course, drying their hands when they're done. The second self-help skill I'm going to talk about is their backpacks and coats. Being able to unzip and zip their backpack. This is something that you can try in the store before you buy their backpack. Just make sure that they're able to maneuver the zipper and then they know how that works. The same with their jackets. Again, this is something that we focus on in our pre-K classrooms, is just making sure your child knows how to zip up, zip down their jacket. You know, a kindergarten classroom typically has about 30 students in it, so having your child with self-help skills will be amazing for that kindergarten teacher. Another skill I wanted to talk about is during snack time or lunchtime, making sure your child knows how to open their juice boxes. I know it may seem simple, but opening that straw and sticking it in the juice box may become a little difficult. Of course, there are lunch ladies in the lunchroom to help, but if they already have that skill, they won't have to sit there and wait for somebody to come around and help them. This is the same in the classroom for snack time. If you send them with a juice box, make sure they know how to open it. If you send them with a water bottle, it may be helpful for you to open it first and then close it again so it doesn't leak on their backpack, but they don't have that struggle with the first open. Also, another thing a kindergarten teacher had mentioned in the past was making sure if you send them like with the little cuties or an orange or anything like that, that maybe you send it already pre-peeled.
So I will continue with just a few more self-help skills. The next suggestion we have is allowing your child to clean and take care of their own personal space. Whether it's once they complete an activity with art supplies, allow them to sweep up scraps, put marker covers back on their markers, make sure their glue sticks are capped. This helps the transition into kindergarten by them getting and feeling independent and taking care of their things and knowing that there is worth in their belongings. The next suggestion we have is to begin working on tying shoelaces. This is a tricky fine motor skill and it takes time. We suggest lots of patience and grace. This is a skill that may take time. Some children will master it, some children will need time. And so being patient will help them feel confident in knowing that they will get it eventually. In the meantime, we suggest slip-on shoes or shoes with Velcro. We also suggest working on buttons, on the pants, on coats, zippers, and snaps also. Those can be kind of tricky sometimes too. And finally, we suggest practicing memorizing your home address and phone number. When my son went into kindergarten, I would post a sign on our door leaving the house and he would see something like this every day. I used the school's address, but I wanted to make this as an example to show you. I wrote our street number, our street, the city, state, and zip code, and our phone number. So every time we left the house, he saw this. Sometimes we would talk about it. Sometimes we would say it every time we left the house, or he would just see it every time we left the house. And I've seen this work for other parents, and personally, my son memorized our home phone number and address very quickly once I put this on the door. If you want to just talk about it, that's fine, that works too. Any way to help your child learn and memorize their address and phone number is a great way to learn the address and phone number. And that's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone! Here's 4 things you can do to help your child be ready for reading in kindergarten. The first is to read with your child. You can read a physical book like this one, or a digital book. It doesn't matter which one. What matters is that you're talking with your child about the book while you're reading it. You might talk about the letters you see in the book, the punctuation marks, the story or information that's in the book, or whatever you and your child find interesting about that book. You can even ask your child to read the story to you. Most kids can't read all of the words in the book, but they can read the pictures. Reading the pictures might sound like this. Elephant and Piggy have a lot of things. Elephant said, "Go get more," and Piggy went. They might also label the things they see in the pictures. These are pre-reading skills we would expect someone to do if they're going into kindergarten. You can also help your child practice their writing. To practice writing, it is fun to have different writing materials to use, such as pencils, crayons, or even sidewalk chalk if you want to write outside. It doesn't matter what you use to write with. What matters is that you and your child find it enjoyable. When your child is writing with you, they might write something that you can't read, and that's okay. Their writing might look like scribbles, or it could look like wavy lines or random letters with pictures. Or it might have some letters from the words they're trying to write, like this says, my cat. In fact, all of these say my cat. It's okay if your child's writing isn't something that you can read. Just ask them to read it to you. The important thing for writing right before they get into kindergarten is that they're trying to put their idea onto paper. You can also play games with the sounds in words. Hearing the sounds in words is an important skill for your child to practice because they will use it to sound words out when they're reading next year. You can do this at home by singing songs or nursery rhymes, doing tongue twisters, playing I spy with rhyming words or beginning sounds, so saying things like, I spy something that rhymes with took, book. Or I spy something that starts with a book. You could even try talking like a robot. When you talk like a robot, you say things slow and choppy. So you would say book or banana for banana. It helps kids break words apart and put them back together again. The last thing that you can do to help your child be a ready reader next year is to talk with your child and to listen to them when they talk to you. Having conversations together helps your child to build their vocabulary and gain knowledge of the world around them. For more information about things that you can do to help your child be a ready reader next year, check out the Michigan Department of Education's Parent Guides for Kindergarten Transition. Now, no one expects your child to know everything or be perfect going into kindergarten. Just keep practicing and keep it short and fun. You're your child's first teacher. Keep up the great work.
Today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things you can do as a parent at home right now to help prepare your child for kindergarten next year. It doesn't cost a thing. Believe it or not, you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of expensive things to help prepare your child for kindergarten. There's a lot of things you can do right at home with things you already have that can help help your child develop the skills necessary to succeed next year. First thing on that list is going to be read at least 30 minutes a day. Reading is very critical at this age. Sitting, listening to a book, looking at the letters, hearing that story is going to help them develop those pre-reader skills they're going to need for kindergarten next year. Second thing on the list is talk. Just talk every day with your child. Listen to their stories. You can talk to them about things you're thinking about or something that happened in the past. It's that back and forth conversation skills that the child's going to learn. It helps them develop their language and their vocabulary. These are all things that are going to help them next year when it comes to pre-reading as well. Second thing on the list is talk. Talking with your child every day helps build their vocabulary and it helps them develop language skills. So it's the back and forth conversations of they may ask you a question, you give them a response, they listen to the response, and then you guys talk back and forth about it. Developing those language skills are very critical at this age, and it will help them be successful in kindergarten next year. Number 3 on the list is going to be play. Playing with your child helps your child learn to explore the world around them. Through play, children learn a lot of different things. They learn problem-solving skills. They learn and explore by manipulating objects and really getting ideas in their imagination out through play. Play is a great way for children to express themselves as well as learn. Number 4 on that list is develop your child's fine motor skills. So things you can do at home to help develop their fine motor skills are going to be coloring, drawing, playing with Play-Doh, cooking, like if you're rolling out dough, you're making pizza or something, they can help roll it out. And what coloring, drawing, playing with Play-Doh, and cooking does for children is it helps them develop those muscles in their hands, those muscles they're going to need for fine motor skills when it comes to writing next year. These are things they're going to really need to have built up for next year. And last but not least, number 5, building your child's confidence. You can do this by highlighting their strengths, letting them know things that they do really well, letting them know if they're working on something, hey, you're really trying really hard on that. I see you're really working hard, highlighting their persistence. These will go a long way next year when they are faced with a tough problem or a new situation. They'll have the confidence they need to really go in and try. overall, you as a parent know your child the best. Working on these 5 things can help your child prepare for next year, but ultimately, you as the parent, you're the expert on your child. You will know what they need and what areas you can help them work on. The most important thing is just that they're happy, they're comfortable, and going into next year, they're not afraid to try. They'll learn a lot of new things and they'll be great.
I hope you find our kindergarten readiness virtual video helpful. Please feel free to contact us for any additional information. At the end, we want to wish all our Crestwood GSRP and 4-year tuition preschoolers a very happy kindergarten year 2020-2021. Stay home, stay safe, and happy summer.